In August 2020, President Donald Trump signed Executive Order 13942, initiating a process to ban the popular video-sharing app TikTok in the United States. The order, which also targeted the app WeChat, gave TikTok's parent company, the Chinese tech giant ByteDance, a 90-day window to divest its US operations. This action was framed as a necessary measure to protect national security, with the administration citing concerns that the Chinese government could use the app to access US user data, track federal employees, or engage in disinformation campaigns. The executive order stated that TikTok's data collection posed a threat to US national security and foreign policy. The proposed divestment was designed to transfer control of the app's US business to an American entity, culminating in a preliminary deal involving Oracle and Walmart. Analysis of reasons and consequences. The motivations behind the executive order were a mix of genuine national security concerns and political strategy. The primary reason cited by the administration was the potential for the Chinese government to leverage TikTok's vast user data and powerful algorithm for espionage or propaganda. While the US government never publicly released specific evidence of this occurring, the theoretical risk was sufficient for the administration to act. TikTok's ownership by a Chinese company subject to Beijing's laws, which could compel it to hand over data, fueled these anxieties. Consequences of the order were immediate and far-reaching. The ban threat created a sense of urgency, forcing ByteDance into high-stakes negotiations. The proposed deal with Oracle and Walmart was seen as a way to appease the administration, but it came with significant concessions. Under the terms of the deal, Oracle would become TikTok's secure cloud provider, responsible for hosting all US user data in its data centers to address privacy concerns. Walmart would also join as a commercial partner. A new company, TikTok Global, would be formed, with Oracle and Walmart together acquiring a stake in the business. The deal was intended to put US data and the company's US operations under American control. But the initial agreement still had ByteDance retaining a majority stake, which drew criticism. The broader consequences of the order included a legal challenge from TikTok itself, which argued that the ban was unconstitutional and politically motivated. Furthermore, civil liberties advocates raised concerns about the precedent a government-imposed ban could set for free speech and content regulation. The episode also highlighted the bipartisan nature of the security concerns, with many lawmakers from both parties expressing support for the app's divestment. Prediction and solutions. The 2020 executive order did not immediately resolve the issue. The legal challenges and the complexity of the deal meant that the ban was repeatedly delayed. The proposed deal was also a point of contention, with some critics arguing it did not go far enough to sever ties with ByteDance, particularly concerning the core recommendation algorithm. The long-term prediction is that the debate over foreign-owned tech platforms and their potential national security risks will continue. The initial deal with Oracle and Walmart eventually fell apart as the legal and political landscape shifted. The issue became a focal point of US foreign policy, with the US government ultimately passing a law requiring a divestiture or face a ban, a law that has since been challenged in the courts. Potential solutions to this ongoing issue could include establishing a clear regulatory framework. The US government could pass legislation that applies equally to all social media platforms, regardless of their origin, with strict guidelines on data privacy, algorithmic transparency, and content moderation. This would provide a consistent standard and reduce the perception of political targeting. Third-party auditing of algorithms, requiring tech companies to allow independent, government-approved third parties to audit their algorithms and data handling practices, would build trust and provide a security check without forcing an outright ban or sale. Data localization and governance. Mandating that all user data from a specific country be stored and processed within that country's borders under a clear legal and security framework could mitigate concerns about foreign access to sensitive information. In conclusion, the 2020 executive order was a landmark moment in the global tech and geopolitical landscape. It brought to the forefront the complex interplay between national security, data privacy, and the free flow of information on a global scale. While it did not lead to a swift resolution, it set the stage for a new era of scrutiny and regulation of foreign-owned technology companies.